Hello. Here we are with a few more Squarespace updates, all just small things this week. We're starting with the image asset library. So we have a gallery section here, and I'm just going to click on that. It's currently empty, so I want to add some images from my asset library. So I'll click on Search Images, and this brings up my my library here. We can now select multiple images to add to a gallery section or a gallery block. This is great. I absolutely love that. So all you do is you just put a check mark into these little white boxes, and then you just say add, and now it will add it to your library, to your gallery section. So this is really wonderful. Before we had to upload them one at a time from our asset library. Alternatively, you can also now, if we go back to the asset library, you can also delete multiple images now, which is great. You know, it's the same thing. You just select them all, and then down here, you just click on delete. This is really helpful because sometimes we upload a lot of images because we're trying out different things, and then we decide we're not going to use them, and then they clutter up our library, and nobody likes that. But if you have a lot of them, then you have to delete, you used to have to delete them one by one. Now we can actually delete multiple at a time. So I think that is a really nice new feature. Next up, this is for Circle members. So if you are interested in becoming a Squarespace Circle member, just Google Squarespace Circle. You need to have at least 3 paid accounts in your dashboard to join the circle. So it's mostly for designers basically, and it's a really great resource. You can get help there. They do webinars and all sorts of benefits. And sometimes we have special features that are available to circle members. So from your account dashboard, you click on create website up here, and you can actually start a website with a blank template. So you don't have to go to the template store and select one there and then delete all the pages. I mean, that's what many of us designers do, right? So we can actually now start with a completely empty template. I love that. So that is another nice feature for Circle members. Another update is you might be aware that you can also buy domain names through Squarespace, so you can register them through your Squarespace website, and they keep adding new extensions, domain extensions all the time. So recently they added the Australian ones .au and .com.au. So if you have clients in Australia, or if you yourself are in Australia, you can now get Australian domains through your Squarespace website. Do you use Google Analytics? Now, I am not a Google Analytics expert, I have to say. I do use it and, dabble around with it a little bit. Google recently introduced a new property for analytics called Google Analytics 4. So now we have Universal Analytics and Google Analytics 4. And you can actually use both, while you're kind of getting to know the new one. And in Squarespace, we can actually add our analytics code so that our website is linked to our Google Analytics account. And where do we do that? From your main menu, go to Settings, Advanced, External API key, and then here in Google Analytics, you add your code. If you are using both, the Universal and the Analytics 4 codes, you can add them both here as well. You just separate them with a comma. You basically, it says that right here underneath that box. And the nice thing is by adding it here, you don't have to faff around with adding any code to your website. This will just do the linking automatically. Last but not least, we have a small update to our color editor. When you are in the color palette, the color codes are now in a drop down below the color picker. You might remember that it used to be right on the color picker here, and it was always a little awkward the way that worked, you know, so this is actually much better. I really like this. So you select the drop down here, and then you get the hex code, or you can add an RGB code or HSL code. And so it's just really easy, you know, and then you can update them here. The hex code is the one that is most commonly used. It's always a 6-digit code preceded by a hash. And so it's now really easy to actually, you know, just add a new hex code in here. And just for fun, if you ever wonder, you know, if you ever want to convert your codes, there is a website called color dash, no, not that, color, is it a dash? Yeah, or color minus or whatever, hex.com. And you can just add the code in here, and, you know, and then you hit enter, and then it will give you all of the other codes as well. So this is really nice. So sometimes, you know, you might, for instance, have an RGB code and then you want to know what the hex code is. So you just add any of that up here and it will tell you. And what's also nice about this one is it will give you, you know, shades for that color. It will give you, you know, complementary colors, and it's just really useful. You can even do, you know, CSS here as well, you know, to get shadow colors and all of that, you know, so they give you examples for that. So this is just a really nifty little website for us designers. And that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed this little video. Give me a like if you did, and I will see you next time. Thank you.